A whistleblower complaint has President Trump threatened with an impeachment inquiry.
And Lincoln High is moving past recent controversy. Returning to the football field, Chris has more.
And which hips won't lie during next year's Super Bowl halftime show? Find out in entertainment.
And will rain ruin the view of the Blue Angels at the Miramar Air Show? Newscene starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the September 27th edition of Newscene. I'm Kareem Khashoggi.
And I'm Vicky Pineda. According to the whistleblower complaint that was released on Thursday, President Donald Trump has allegedly abused his power by soliciting foreign help for his re-election.
The whistleblower, whose identity has not been released, is said to be a CIA officer who worked at the White House at one point. The complaint has been at the center of a controversy to launch a formal impeachment inquiry by the Democrats. On Wednesday, the White House released an unclassified rough transcript of Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's phone call from July 25th.
On the call, Trump asked Zelensky to look into why the country's top prosecutors stopped an investigation into the business dealings of Joe Biden's son. Trump and Zelensky met at the United Nations General Assembly for a bilateral meeting on Wednesday afternoon. Later on, Trump held a press conference amid the push for the impeachment inquiry.
Trump was asked to explain why it's appropriate for an American president to ask a foreign leader for information about a political rival. To that, he reminded the media about the controversy surrounding Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential bid. Trump has accused House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer of conducting a witch hunt because they can't beat Republicans in the upcoming elections.
There's new information following the controversy surrounding Lincoln High. Chris LaFall has the story.
The investigation into claims by Lincoln fans and cheerleaders that racial slurs were directed towards them has wrapped up. Here's more on the story.
The Lincoln High School Hornets are back on the field tonight, visiting modern-day Catholic in Chula Vista. But memories are still fresh for the fans and cheerleaders who were targeted with racial slurs at Lincoln's San Clemente game 2 weeks ago. Officials from Lincoln and San Clemente high schools confirmed the details of the incidents this week, saying students were subjected to anti-African American, anti-Latinx, and anti-gay verbal abuse. Lincoln cheer coach Letitia Rogers says that the girls are happy the truth has came out.
They've never really experienced that like up close and personal. From, like I said, from kids, to them it's different, but to come from the adults that are with these kids and they're not saying nothing to them about that situation, it's like they were shocked.
Lincoln principal Stephanie Brown wrote on a Facebook post that the investigation into claims has been completed. Multiple Lincoln students reported being harassed as they tried to buy refreshments and use the restrooms. Security guards and staff on hand to supervise for the home team ignored repeated requests for assistance. San Clemente High School is planning a restorative circle and a one-day training to address biases and bullying, led by the Anti-Defamation League. But leaders from the NAACP San Diego chapter say it is important for members of Lincoln's community to be present at the table when it comes to moving forward.
Also doing some bringing Lincoln and high school students together with San Clemente students, and I guess having these healing circles, restorative justice, restorative circles, and so on. One of the issues that I guess I have with that is that, you know, ADL does great work, especially, you know, when it comes to Jewish folks, but I heard they also do civil rights issues. But in the black community, we have a lot of civil rights organizations and a lot of folks that work in healing circles and does restorative justice and things like that, and that can actually do just as good a job. And so
Bowser shared more in an extended interview with Newscene. You can find that on Newscene's YouTube channel and website starting on Monday.
Bowser shared more in an extended interview. You can check it out more on the Newscene YouTube, more at the desk.
Thanks, Chris. The EPA is threatening to withhold federal highway funding if California doesn't clean up its act. The agency sent a letter in California air regulators saying that they are not doing enough to meet federal air quality standards. However, the EPA has to first approve the 130 plans that the state has submitted to do just that. The agency has refused, asking for new regulations instead. If the EPA rejects the plans, the penalty would go into effect in 2021.
San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulkner is back in San Diego after a trip to Washington, where he discussed the Tijuana River Valley sewage crisis with federal officials. Faulkner traveled with the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce as well as the Tijuana Mayor Juan Manuel Gastelum. He was also joined by representatives from other cities within San Diego County. Faulkner also discussed trade between North American countries, homelessness, and ways to support our military veterans.
A toxic combination of carcinogens have been found in California's tap water. Environmental Working Group says these chemicals could be the cause of 100,000 cases of cancer. San Diego's tap water was found to have 10 contaminants above the EWG's health guidelines. These contaminants include disinfecting agents such as chlorine, arsenic, and radioactive compounds. To see how your zip code fares, visit ewg.org.
Encinitas residents are saying no to living near 5G antennas. The Encinitas City Council passed an ordinance paving the way to install 5G wireless antennas in residential areas in the city. The Federal Communications Commission ordered local cities, including Encinitas, to remove regulatory blocks to the changeover in August 2019. But over 150 residents attended a town hall meeting Monday, voicing their oppositions to the new tech. A follow-up meeting has been planned for October 30th.
A wildfire this week near Sycuan Casino was an uncomfortable reminder. California fire season does not have a fixed calendar date. Rather, it depends largely on weather factors affecting our city. Extended drought, strong winds, hot days, and dry lightning are all contributing factors to wildfires. Santa Ana winds typically occur from mid-September until early June, increasing wildfire risks as well. Officials remind residents to be prepared.
This week, City College Student Health Center held the annual Suicide Prevention Fair. Counselors were on hand to talk about the importance of both physical and mental health. They want to reduce stigma of asking for help. The fair included informational booths, yoga, games, dancing, and great music from City College's own DJ math professor, Dr. Rob. If you or someone you know may be struggling with suicidal thoughts, please call at 800-273-TALK anytime, day or night.
Very important. Public transit agencies are celebrating California Clean Air Day. Learn how coming up.
And the corruption investigation into the NCAA is coming to an end. Kenyatta will have more in sports.
Please have a seat. I'll be honest. Your resume, not what I'm used to.
I know.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need a hard worker.
Good. I've got 2 part-time jobs and to help my parents pay the bills.
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet. but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
City College students waiting for Cal Grants will be waiting a little bit longer for their financial aid. That's because recipients of two types of the awards are facing delays due to unexpected technical difficulties. According to the City Times, students were notified via email earlier this month that Cal Grant Award disbursement dates could come as late as October 4th. In addition to those financial aid woes, the Fall 2019 Student Success Completion Grant has also been affected. It is expected closer to October 18th.
Microsoft is inviting gamers to try out something new. The maker of the Xbox console is previewing a new game streaming service called Project X Cloud. X Cloud will allow players to play games like Halo 5, Guardians, and Sea of the Thieves on the Xbox One, PCs, and even tablets and phones. All from the cloud. Microsoft is accepting applications to test the service in the US, UK, and South Korea. The preview will be available sometime this October.
The national vaping crisis is taking a toll in San Diego. Local health officials are reporting 18 cases of lung damage related to vaping in San Diego County. No deaths have been attributed to vaping in San Diego so far, but 2 people have died in California. California's acting public health officer, Dr. Charity Dean, says there are multiple factors involved. Several cities in the region have banned or regulated the use of e-cigarettes.
Democratic presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren is coming to San Diego. Warren will be hosting a town hall on October 3rd at Waterfront Park next to the county administration office. Her visit after 2 state polls show Warren leading Democratic candidates in Iowa and New Hampshire. If you want to see Warren in person, you RSVP through her campaign website. The town hall will start at 7 p.m., doors open at 5.
Trolley and bus riders, Free Ride Day is back. To celebrate Clean Air Day, MTS and NCTD is offering free fares for the trolley, coaster, sprinter, and buses on Wednesday, October 2nd. This is the second year the transportation agencies have offered a free ride day. The first, in 2018, increased ridership by 17%. According to MTS officials, riders will not need a Compass card or a valid fare to participate.
The City College Theater Department is debuting its first play of the academic year. Just Like Us premieres tonight at 8 p.m. in the Black Box Theater on the downtown San Diego campus. The play is based on the nonfiction book by Helen Thorpe. It follows the story of 4 young women trying to get through high school and college. 2 of them are documented immigrants from Mexico, while 2 are undocumented. All have to survive today's harsh political climate. Here's what director Katie Rodeau said the viewers will get to see in the play.
It personalizes it. You know, they get to see these girls who are struggling, working 25 hours, 30 hours a week while they go to school full time and still getting by, and sort of seeing what it's like to sort of put a face behind the names.
There is a lot going on with sports this week. What can you tell us, Kenyatta?
There is a lot going on. After all, after a 2-year-long FBI investigation revealing corruption, the NCAA is taking action and targeting high-profile college basketball teams. This week, the NCAA notified the University of Kansas of major violations, signaling the beginning of a legal battle as Coach Bill Self denies the allegations. The NCAA is in the process of sending allegations to more schools, including Arizona, Louisville, Auburn, LSU, Southern California, and Oklahoma State. Among those schools is Georgia Tech, Georgia Tech is already facing punishment from the NCAA for corruption. The men's basketball team has been banned from the NCAA tournament and is on probation for 4 years. There are a couple of cases of Georgia Tech boosters allegedly providing impermissible benefits to the team. Now, what were the impermissible benefits? Well, one was arranging a trip to a strip club and money to spend in the club for a prospect who was still in high school. The other case involved a booster giving thousands of dollars to student athletes for clothing, transportation, meals, and hotel stays. Now, in sadder news, former NBA player Andre Emmett was found murdered on Monday morning. 37-year-old Emmett played on the Memphis Grizzlies and on the New Jersey Nets, and later in his career in France and China. Video surveillance footage shows him being approached by a gunman while sitting in his car parked in front of his house in Dallas. Police say he was shot after running away from the gunman. The police are still investigating the situation. The Padres are done at home with a 1-0 loss after last night's game against the Dodgers. It was their 12th loss, out of which 12 out of 14 games, which is leaving them 36-45 at Petco Park. Their traveling record puts them at 34-44. However, they have 3 remaining games to play against the Diamondbacks. Last night's game was the Dodgers' 13th win out of 19 games against San Diego, 9 of which were at Petco Park. NFL running back Melvin Gordon is returning to the Chargers. After 3 months of shopping for contracts, the 2018 Pro Bowler reported to the Chargers locker room to rejoin his teammates. Coach Anthony Lynn said he was glad to see Gordon and that we're a better team with him for sure. Now, in other NFL news, many folks are calling him the GOAT. 24-year-old Patrick Mahomes is leading the NFL, passing nearly 1,200 yards and 10 TDs in just the first 3 weeks. Rumors are that he has a 5-year, $200 million deal coming his way this offseason. That'll make him the highest paid in the NFL, eclipsing the Seahawks' Russell Wilson, who has a 5-year, $140 million deal. Well, that's all the time we have for sports. Back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Kenyatta. One Latin artist is breaking records at MetLife Stadium. We'll have more coming up.
Did it. His smile, his eyes, his knowledge. My landlord, he decided that he wanted me to move based on the fact that I was transgender. Let's just respect people in everyday life for just being human.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A 16-year-old world-renowned climate activist is being honored for her work. Greta Thunberg is one of 4 winners receiving the 2019 Right Livelihood Award. The award is widely known as the Alternative Nobel Prize, rewarding those who support and honor courageous people solving global problems. Thunberg has been the center of controversy following her UN speech that called for increased action for stopping climate change.
NASA scientists have found evidence that water was once on the surface of the hottest planet in the solar system. Researchers have built computer simulations of the planet Venus and estimated that it would have been habitable over 2 billion years ago. NASA says the planet then underwent some sort of an ecological catastrophe, which changed its climate and caused the planet to heat up dramatically. The average temperature on Venus today is over 400 degrees Celsius or 800 degrees Fahrenheit.
The majestic cheetah is threatened with extinction as smugglers sell them to be used as household pets. Poachers are capturing cubs and selling them on Instagram and YouTube for over $12,000 each. Many of them end up as status symbols for wealthy customers who often have no training on how to care for them. Cheetahs are protected worldwide from trafficking, but the practice continues and often ends with the cheetah dying. There are now less than 7,500 cheetahs left in the wild. For 178 years, the Thomas Cook Travel Agency provided yearly vacations for millions in the UK and beyond. Earlier this week, the storied company declared bankruptcy, shutting its doors after failing to get a cash infusion. The giant travel group had 22,000 employees in 15 different countries. Online travel agents and low-cost airlines sealed its fate, which means thousands of stranded passengers around the globe.
Mickey and Minnie Mouse are now vegans. Disneyland and Walt Disney World parks and hotels are introducing over 400 new plant-based menu items to their 600-plus eateries. The new meals will be free of meat, dairy, eggs, and honey and will be identified with green leaf icon. The plant-based menu items will be available first at Disney World starting in October, then at Disneyland next spring.
The company behind the iconic Barbie doll.
After weeks of speculations, the year's hottest superstar is headed to the Super Bowl. Jadura has more.
As the anchor said, after weeks of speculation, the hottest superstar is headed to the Super Bowl. J.Lo will be joined by Shakira at the Super Bowl in Miami. Both artists confirmed on Thursday they will be headlining Super Bowl 54 by sharing photos of each other through social media. Shakira's photo of J.Lo included the caption, "Get ready, February 2nd, 2020. J.Lo also shared the big news by tweeting a picture of Shakira with a similar post. Then finally, a shot with both of them together was shared with the caption, "Going to set the world on fire." The show takes place at the Hard Rock Stadium on Shakira's birthday. We are looking forward to that. Romeo Santos has made history at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. The king of bachata became the first Latin artist to headline and sell out the venue last Saturday. Special guests included Cardi B, Ozuna, and other famous bachateros. Santos posted an Instagram picture with Cardi B, and her response was electric. 85,000 people last night at MetLife, she wrote. A Dominican from the Bronx made that happen. According to Live Nation, Santos surpassed the record for the highest grossing night previously held by U2. An Arizona man is the second arrested in the connection with the drug overdose of rapper Mac Miller. Miller was found dead of a drug overdose more than a year ago. 36-year-old Ryan Rivas was arrested on fraud and drug charges, as well as gun possession. He is being held on a $50,000 bond at the Mojave County Sheriff's Office. The 26-year-old died from a fatal mix of alcohol, cocaine, fentanyl last September. And major theater chains across the U.S. are voicing concerns over the next Joker movie. But that's all that we have for entertainment. Back to you at the desk.
The autumn equinox has started and the weather is following suit. More in today's forecast.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Weather, here's Chad Francis.
Yeah, your SoCal weather reflecting the autumn equinox that started on Monday at midnight 50. I don't know about you, maybe it's just me or placebo, but I have not felt a single hot minute after that. And now overall cloudy and light rain across the county. Everybody talking about how that's going to affect the Miramar Air Show and the visibility of it. Take a look right now. It is 72 there in Miramar, California, where the air show is taking place. Lots of mild temperatures across the county, lots of the same temperatures across the county. As you can see, 71 in San Diego, 58 in Cuyamaca, very cold up there in the mountains, 70 in El Cajon near Lemon Grove, and 70 up in Rancho Santa Fe and back home with my friends in 4S Ranch. Now, the rain, it's not going to affect everyone equally. Our NWS Science Cast is going to show you the rainfall, 1/4 of an inch in Poway, 0.1 in San Diego Oceanside, 1/2 of an inch in Jillian possibly. You know, last time I was saying block party. This time I'm saying pumpkin spice latte, bundle up, watch some Newscene. If you like a crisp beach though, it's good. Del Mar is really cool. I think we should add Belmont Park because they might be playing Newscene in some of the beachside bars there. Now, let's get to that Miramar Air Show. Each day there, what's it going to be like? Well, Friday, it's going to be actually really great if you like. 75, nice and warm, just partly cloudy there. Saturday, some more clouds are going to move in, so we're going to drop a temperature to 74. Sunday, 72 with more clouds, very cloudy, but it could have been much, much worse in regards of that. And back to the decks. Are you going to be going to the air show?
Yes, I can't wait to see those Blue Angels. That's all for Newscene. Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, the Blue Angels, hopefully they'll get to perform this weekend because with such a low cloud deck, you know, the planes. That's all for Newscene. Good night.
Thank you.